Hello, Leo. So here we are. We're going to see kind of what's going on with you guys. These are general, so take what works and what doesn't work just doesn't work. But let's see what the cards have to say for you. Okay, guys. So what this reading is, the basis of this reading, I should say, what this reading is about. You have the Moon, you have the Eight of Cups, you have the Three of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and then you have the World reversed. So the Moon represents taking one thing a step at a time. Like, you might not really know where you're going, how you're getting there. It's kind of almost like having to not see the full picture with something, but you're trying to figure it out. But it's almost like one step at a time trying to figure it out. And I feel like with all these cups, I kind of feel like you might have went on like a journey to find something. Like, obviously this doesn't necessarily mean like a real journey or whatever, but like an emotional journey. There might be something you felt wasn't very fulfilling in your life, and you might just feel like you don't really know how you're going to get what you want, or even sometimes you might not even know what you really want to begin with. But you kind of, I think you were like trying to figure that out, trying to figure out what is going to be fulfilling to you. But I think this could have been because of some heartbreak, or you could have found heartbreak along the way. Like, maybe you thought something else was going to be more fulfilling and it was not. So, but the Eight of Pentacles, I feel like in the reverse here, I feel like it's almost like something that you were working on wasn't quite going the way you thought it was going to be. And I think that's why you kind of felt like this little heartbreak, or you're a little bit disappointed in the situation. And there was some type of, something didn't come to like the ending that you thought either. Like, something may not have completed fully. Like, you could have been trying some like new side hustle or a hobby or something that you thought was going to be very fulfilling to you, and it just did not work out. It was a disaster, and you really didn't get the results you thought you were going to get from it. But in your current energies, you have the Nine of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles again, and then you have the King of Cups. So the Nine of Swords is all about, kind of feeling mentally just stressed out. It's about anxiety. It's like constant anxiety. You're constantly thinking about something. But it's interesting that you have the Eight of Pentacles here, because I feel like, because whatever this Eight of Pentacles was in reverse over here, whatever you were trying to do that kind of wasn't like gelling, wasn't working out, I think you're really, really stressed out about this, but I think you're still kind of working on it. Like, I feel like you're not letting it go. Like, you might be hung up on it, which is not always a bad thing depending on the situation. Sometimes, you got to keep at something to actually like win at it or to get it done. But it's interesting because the King of Cups is here, and I kind of feel like this situation is almost like maybe in a weird way helping you with your own mind, if that makes any sense. Like, going through this anxiety and kind of having to work on the situation to fix it or figure it out, it might actually be giving you this, like, I don't want to say like detachment, but you might be actually gaining some type of control with your emotions at the same time, if that makes sense. Now, this King of Cups could represent somebody here helping you through this as well. Maybe they're here trying to not mentor you, but talk to you. But I feel like for some of you, this actual, like, in a weird way, this mess is actually helping level you up in more of like a boss energy, if that makes sense. Sometimes you have to go through the mess in order to kind of figure it out. And once you like figure certain things out, it's not as scary as it once was, and it actually pushes you forward, and it pushes you out of a comfort zone. And once you're kind of out of that comfort zone, you're not going back into that comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? So, but what's coming in for you is very interesting, because you have the Two of Cups here, you have the Ten of Cups, and then you have the Emperor. So like, I really think you guys are like bossing up big time. I think whatever this was, it's almost like you really are just coming out of a comfort zone. You're kind of, what do they say? Is it success through struggle? But there was another term, or another phrase, and I had it in my brain, and it just like, it was kind of like, it was there, but it wasn't there. So anyway, but the Two of Cups, you might be actually meeting somebody that really pairs nicely with you. This could be relationship, but it could even be friendship. But this also could just mean that whatever this is for you, I think you're actually going to be getting almost like a breakthrough with it. And it's now in a phase where it's kind of working out a little bit better. Like it's pairing well. Like maybe the changes you've made to the situation is actually now more productive, and it's actually better for the situation and better for you. So now you're actually creating something that's very cohesive and that gels nicely together. Because I think whatever this is really you trying to find your Ten of Cups. Like your Ten of Cups is all about, the happy family, happy life, but emotional fulfillment, being very satisfied with the things you have and being very satisfied just in general. We don't always get everything we want, but if we can come to a place where we're like, you know what, this is good. Like we're in a good spot right here. So, and the Emperor is all about that boss energy. So I feel like you're going to be getting to a place where you have this, whatever this represents, like it's kind of gotten to a place where it's coexisting very nicely. Maybe this is some aspects or friends or whatever, but it's in a good place. And I think you're actually very satisfied with the results or with where it's going. And I think you're like bossing up, because the Emperor here is like just bossing up, like diligent, figuring out all the details, but just very like big boss energy. And I think you're kind of achieving that through going through the mess and just through going through all this stress and everything, but not giving up, because I don't feel like anything here was giving up. Even when it wasn't going well, I think you really kept with it. Now, your challenge regarding this, you have the Four of Swords and you have the Four of Wands. So it's interesting because the challenge here is you need to take a break. Like, don't burn yourself out, because the Four of Swords is all about, rest, relaxation, taking a minute, recharging your batteries. But as a challenging point, you might not be taking the break that you need. So you need to watch that you're not burning yourself out. But also, it's interesting because the Four of Wands being your challenge, the Four of Wands represents like kind of achievements and goals and hitting milestones and kind of things to celebrate along that line. But I wonder if some of you are trying to hit certain deadlines or certain goals and you're not taking a break, and it almost could be a little bit, I don't want to say backfiring on you, but you might be so fixated that maybe you're not even seeing certain goals that you are hitting currently. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have a long-term goal, but you're not seeing all the little goals that you actually did hit from the beginning of this situation, So that's your challenge, is to kind of don't burn yourself out, but also acknowledge like the little steps that you have taken, the little achievements that you have made that are extremely important to help get you to where you're trying to get to within this situation. Now, what's recommended for you is the Moon reversed, Death reversed, and the High Priestess reverse. Now, this is kind of interesting because the Moon reverse, I would say, it's recommended for you to maybe release certain anxieties or just release like certain fears of not knowing exactly how you're doing something, So, because I feel like with the Moon here, you've went into this not really knowing exactly how to do something, and sometimes that can linger, that kind of like, okay, but I feel like what's recommended is that I think you kind of are figuring this out, so don't have those fears anymore. Don't let it like hinder you if you need to kind of even go a little bit more outside your comfort zone. Don't let that hinder you, because I feel like some light is going to be shed on the situation. And Death reversed, it's interesting because I wonder if some of you, because with the Four Swords as a challenge here, I wonder if some of you need to just make sure you're not transitioning or moving too quickly with something, whereas you might have to take it a little bit slower, because the High Priestess in reversed, I kind of feel like there's certain things that you might need to, I don't want to say take a second look at, but to me, she's kind of a little bit more of a slower moving energy. She's a little bit more reflective. So there might be something that you need to because I think things are kind of pushing forward very nicely coming in for you. But I wonder if some of you need to release certain fears or limitations that have been plaguing you, but you don't want to now start, I don't want to say getting too confident and misstepping, because I don't think it's quite that, but I wonder if there was certain things that you might need to reassess in to a certain degree. And you just might need to kind of reassess. Like, don't go faster than what you really need to, because sometimes you might kind of miss something. So I kind of feel like the High Priestess in reverse, it's almost like you just want to kind of like, I don't know, I'm getting kind of like take a little slower, because to me she's kind of slow. She's very in her head or whatever. She's just kind of there. But I don't want to say maybe some of you don't just rely on your intuition as well. Maybe there's certain facts or something that could be beneficial for this, because there's, to me, you could say there's a lot of kind of, I don't want to say intuition, but there's a lot of emotions here as well. But you might need to kind of have certain other aspects where if you're making certain decisions, you're getting that information a little bit somewhere else, from somewhere else as well. It's kind of what I'm getting. So you take that how that works. But let's see what else we get with the other cards. So now we have number 66, White Raven Spirit, Trust in the Magic. And I think this is beautiful. I think there's definitely something at play here, a little bit larger, because especially what's recommended, you have 3 major arcanas here. So I think there's something that you just have to kind of go with the flow, just trust that you are on the right path, and sometimes be appreciative of the little lucky breaks that we get throughout life or throughout the day. You have Ocean Jasper, schedule yourself in, and I think this is definitely going with the challenge here with the 4 of Swords. I think you might be very, very busy, and you want to make sure that you're not burning yourself out. And you have soulmates, soul connection, partnerships, agreement, soul contract. And you also have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, I feel like this could represent love, but this could also represent something that you were really hoping that was going to work out and it just wasn't working out, like business or whatever, or opportunity or whatever it was, you know? And I think this unrequited love was going with kind of over here with this 3 of Swords, this kind of heartbreak, and this 8 of Cups, trying to find something that's meant for you or better for you. So I kind of feel like that wasn't quite what was meant for you. But I kind of feel like what's coming in now, even with this 2 of Cups, you know, for some of you, this could represent a relationship, but for others, it could represent a situation that just pairs very nicely with you, like that you are in this, whatever this is, just are a match, you know? So I kind of feel like you're headed more in the right direction. Now you've attract, like the moon and the ocean, you attract good things into your life. And this is just saying you need to be positive and just stay optimistic. And ignorance makes you a tool to be used. Knowledge makes you a weapon to be feared. And I feel like the knowledge that you've gained from this situation, from the initial, whatever was going on with the situation, the mess, to what is kind of coming in, I think you've been using that, because with the 8 of Pentacles here, this is about honing your skills, you know, sharpening those things. But I think the anxiety and all the stress and everything has actually put you into a better place, like mentally and everything, like a stronger place. And I think that is the knowledge that's going to help push you forward. So that is extremely relevant. Now you have, today I am powerful. Today I know that I have the power and wisdom to accomplish everything I choose to do. And that's a beautiful affirmation. And the spirit of the dish that shall be with you during this time. You have the spirit of the golden ball, which is the spirit of the falafel. Okay, guys, so let's see what else we get for you. Oh, this one jumped out. Okay, anyway. So we have for the dinner and a movie recommended for you, you have romance movies and Italian food. And for the energies that you might want to tap into or be aware of, you have Taurus. Now, Taurus is a fixed sign, and they are like, I kind of see them as slow moving. Like, you're not moving that bull if that bull doesn't want to move, but I see them for the long game. So I think whatever this is, it's going to be something that might be, you have to continually work on and you have to stay dedicated with. Like with the 8 of Pentacles here, this person is dedicated. They're like putting the work in and they're trying to hone their skills, and that takes time. So I think that whatever this is, like you're kind of in it for like the long haul, and it's going to be something that you're going to have to really work on and remain dedicated. But you have Libra here, and I see this as kind of being more balanced. So I think you might have to bring in a little bit more like balance, into whatever this is, because you don't want to burn yourself out, especially because we have the Four of Swords here. So that might be something that you need to be aware of. Now you have the Sun, which to me represents that I think the light, because you had two moons basically here, so I think you're going to start seeing a little bit of light coming into the situation. So I think that is really, really good. Like light will be shed, or you'll start to feel like you have more of a direction. And I think that's what's going on with the moon reversed here. As the recommended, I think it's like almost like trust that like you're kind of getting to where you need to go with this, and you're going to start seeing certain things a little clearer, or being able to make decisions a little bit better, or a little clearer. You'll have like more information or more of a direction maybe. And you also have Mars, which is all about kind of energy, initiative, and that passion, but it's a kind of that spark, so you might have to really continue with having like that kind of like feisty energy with this, or that kind of passion for it. And you have number 1, which means the special guest that'll be answering your questions today, Leos, will be the Magic 8 Ball. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. Okay, so we have 2. Oh my God. So you have the bunny rabbit, but this is like not just any bunny rabbit. This is the professional bunny rabbit. He's wearing a jacket and he has a bow tie. So he's like the professional bunny rabbit. And you also have my charm of the Black Abyss. I don't know if you could see the abyss, but it's there. Now, I kind of feel like some of you in the beginning of this situation, this is Black Abyss energy over here. This is like being in the abyss. You're miserable. Even a little bit of here with the Nine of Swords here. You're miserable. You're having anxiety. You don't know I don't want to say you don't know what you're doing, but you don't know how to do something or what to do next. It's kind of like that helpless energy a little bit. So it's almost of like being in the abyss. And because you have the moon twice here, it's almost like you had to feel your way out of the abyss. Because in my mind, this abyss has a gold lining. So it's like there is like a way out of this abyss. You just have to feel it out. So that's kind of like that, what I'm getting, that you just have to continue to just like feel your way through the situation. And the professional bunny rabbit is just saying, sometimes like you got to fake it till you make it. Okay. Like this guy was a bunny rabbit, but then he was like, one day, like, he's like, I am a professional bunny rabbit. Okay. I have a suit and a tie. What are you going to say about that? So he put the suit and a tie on one day and he's like, you know what? These are my credentials. So I just think you might have to just kind of step into the energy, or just like, I don't want to say pretend, whatever you're trying to do, just like try to pretend to be already proficient or successful or that type of thing. So you just might need to like, dress up or like whatever, get something that, kind of makes you feel a little bit more like that you're successful with whatever this is, and just like, just be in that energy, like bathe in that energy, marinate in it. So that's what I have to say about him. Now, okay, we have focus, and I think this is you just kind of focusing on the things that you want as well, like the things that are making you happy and what you're trying to do. Okay, so now it is time. Think of those questions, Leos, and we shall ask. Oh, mystical, magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the world, what is the answer to Leo's question? It says... Sorry, I think I did something. Sorry. It said my reply is hazy. Try again. Let me try again. Sorry, guys. I have like new equipment and I'm trying to play around with stuff and I don't always know what I'm doing. So yeah. Anyway, it's a work in progress, like I'm trying to fake it to I make it as well. Like we're all in this energy, right? Anyway, here we go. Think of those questions. Think really deep, Leos, and we're going to ask the ball again. Okay. Oh, mystical, magical 8 Ball, the mightiest ball of all the balls in the universe. What is the answer to Leo's question? It says, it is decidedly so. There you guys go. The 8 Ball has spoken. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.